Dad, it is often said that the world is full of good people. However, there is only a certain number of great people in this world, and you, my friend, were indeed one of them. To have been fortunate enough to have had a fairly ordinary childhood ironically came with a reward that nobody could have foreseen. That, of course, was to be fostered by this family, of which you were in essence, and perhaps in real time, the patriarch. In the beginning, I would say to myself, is this for real? Is this bloke straight up with me? Oh sure, there were times when I would think this has got to get better soon, and almost too late realise that this is as good as it can get. Mum mentioned to me recently to remember all your lessons you taught me, and in that simple philosophy lays the very essence of what it was that made you great. That is, of course, your ability to impart knowledge and wisdom. Some of it grand and brilliant with absolute relevance, and some of it, well, let's just agree that you were never wrong. But, importantly, you stuck to your guns and ideals. In other words, you never betrayed your honour. You also taught me simple things, like how to hold a hammer and paint a house, and how to fall off the roof, kick a ball, tackle low, and how to stand up to any form of injustice. And I taught you patience. Though as a student in this regard, you were not the best in the class. On this we all agree. At this time, I recall the movie Four Weddings and a Funeral, when they ask people about the qualities of the fellow who has moved on from this realm, and I feel with a certain humorous belief that if this exercise were to be copied for you, my guess would be that people would say you were a bully, overbearing, cantankerous, loud and argumentative, and honestly, the worst backseat driver to ever sit in a car. All true, of course, but they would also say you're a loving, honest, dependable, loyal, a leader, a great father, grandfather and great-grandfather, caring and spiritual, a man you could go to for advice and guidance, or when you just needed a friend to be there for you. You, Dad, were that man. I have no doubt that many of you good people sitting here today have had a spat or two with our father over the years. But proudly and confidently I can say to you that he never closed his door to anybody willing to start again. And with the best intentions and his belly full of fire, would back you up so you could continue the fight. And because of this, I will everybody to please open your hearts to the spirit of Len Daniels and clear the way for him to join with our Lord in the knowledge of our love and our sorrow of the passing of this great human being. In closing, I would like to mention, as one of the early and lucky foster children to have come under his care and protection, that through the years, and there are 34 of them, I have come to view him as the Romans did their Caesars, as the great father, because this was the role he really loved and he played his part to the very end. He said to me more than once that when he gets to the great shiny gates in the sky and faces St. Peter, and St. Peter does the tallying up of his life's account, he hoped to have a positive balance. Honestly, how could this not be so? And unless St. Peter wants an earful, he had best stand aside and let him be. I will miss you, Father, as will all of us, for a multitude of reasons. But for me it will be because you gave me a life, and you taught me love and trust, and to go forward and challenge the barriers that should not exist. I must finish this now, but let me say this openly to all of you. He was my great mentor, and I will miss his physical presence and immensity of character always. Rest now, our great Father, for you have earned it, and please, try not to upset everybody while you're there. Thank you.